Please welcome Toronto FC manager Greg Vanney to the program. Greg, thank you so much for doing this. How are you?
My pleasure. Well, thank you.
I'm so glad to see that you're healthy. And I don't mean you. I know you're healthy. But the team is healthy, and you guys are on fire. I mean, I know that the second half against Orlando on Wednesday, it was you guys had to really hang in to win that game. But I guess it's a testament to the fact that you guys are conditioned. And I know there's some guys that, like Jozy's still probably getting his legs underneath him. But when you got Giovinco assisting on 2 and Jozy and Ricketts both scoring, I mean, that to me, that's about as good a scenario as you can get for TFC, right?
Yeah, it's going to Orlando is never easy, especially on a midweek playing on the turf. It's always hot and humid, and we had a little less of the ball at times than we'd like to. So yeah, we had to dig in a bit at times over the course of the game. But I thought we created our chances at the end. We got the one that mattered, and we got out of there and with 3 points and positioned ourselves in a very nice position for the tail stretch here. As we move towards the playoffs, and we have a number of home games, and we love playing in our stadium in front of our fans. So we're in a good position now to try to really push towards the end here.
So, how does it feel to be in first place in this late in the season, and especially considering last year you made the playoffs for the first time? And I'll use the Toronto Raptors. It's analogous to what's happened with the Raptors, right? And we had Masai Ujiri on the other day, and he was talking about how proud he was and the fact that 3 years ago when he took the job, the team was a teardown, and he was going to tear it down, but he kept Kyle and he kept DeMar, and now they've made it to the Eastern Conference Final. You guys are on the ladder. You're taking the steps, right? You don't make the playoffs a couple of years ago. Last year, big strides. You make the playoffs. You lose in your first game in the playoffs, and now you're in first place this late in the season. It's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it feels great, and likewise, I'm really proud of the players, and we've had a challenging season between starting on the road for a number of games and then having quite a few injuries to what we would call our key players or some of our key players over the middle part of the season. Yet, we've managed to keep focusing on getting better and improving some of our young guys and bringing them along. And as we've gotten healthy, we've turned close results into wins and 3 points, and sometimes even significant wins. I think the confidence of the group just keeps building, and we know we have depth. And for me now, it's first place is first place. It's about us continuing to grow in each of our performances, that we challenge ourselves to be the best version of ourselves as we get down the stretch here. Because if we can do that, then we'll stay on top. If we get comfortable here thinking that we've accomplished something being in first place, then that's when things get a little dangerous. So, my challenge to the guys is we still haven't reached the best version of ourselves yet, and we need to keep working towards that.
You guys are in incredible form right now. You've won you only have one loss in your last 11 games. Your 2-1 win, as we said, lifted you to first place with 43 points in 26 games. Sebastien Giovinco, as we've discussed, has been the catalyst since he's come to this team. He has 16 goals. And it's Jozy Altidore is the guy that I've always found to be the wild card, because when you have an engaged, happy, healthy Jozy Altidore, this guy he's a game breaker as well. And to have 2 or 3 game breakers, which I think you do now, is incredibly important. Talk about him coming back and how he's been playing and the progression in his game.
Well, he's come back, and he's physically in a very good place. Mentally, he's in a very good place. I think he's very confident about his return back to play and all the work that he's done and that we've done as an organization to help get him into that spot. And what's the value to Jozy is what he brings to our team, just he himself and his skill set, just being the big striker and a target and a guy who will work for us both on the attacking side and defending side, who can hold up the ball. But even more so is he draws attention, and he also brings Sebastian's game to another level, because Jozy's able to pick out Sebastien on certain runs where 80% of the time, where maybe some of our other guys get him 50% of the time. So it elevates everybody else's game, and Seba is one of those guys that continues to elevate his game, and he does so when Jozy's around, just because he knows that some of that little extra quality is there on the field, plus the attention that Jozy gets draws a little bit of attention off of Seba. The two of them have a great relationship off and on the field in terms of looking for each other and combining with each other. And so our attack just gets that much better. And that helps our group. We've done a good job all year of really defending and being stingy on the defensive side. And when our attack is firing the way it has been more or less for the last several games, then we become a very difficult team to deal with. And, we need to keep working at those things. And like I said, I still think we have more to go. And that's going to be our goal for the next, 6-7 games as we head to the playoffs.